Oh my, the sound of an aeroplane in a stomach-churning dive. Or perhaps a death-defying maneuver. Or the sound of death from above. For almost as long as films have had an audio track, this sound of a plane hurtling out of control has thrilled and terrified audiences in equal measure. It is intuitive to think that this is akin to a Doppler effect, as the engine of a fast car perhaps passes by. But in fact, this noise is entirely an affectation, and can be linked specifically to German aircraft in the Second World War and the Stuka dive bomber. You see, on the undercarriage of the aircraft there was a siren, which employed two small propellers on gears to create the distinctive, harrowing, wailing sound. One eyewitness said that men simply stopped firing and went to ground. The infantrymen cowered in the trenches, dazed by the crash of the bombs and the shriek of the dive bombers. One pilot in the Luftwaffe said that the howling sound distracted and upset not only the enemy, but also the crew. It became better when one could turn off the propeller by means of a switch. Indeed, some of the bombs dropped by German aircraft were specifically designed to disrupt the air as they fell, whistling on the way to their target. Others quite literally had whistles attached to their fins. So-called Jericho trumpets were designed to create a terrifying screech as they fell. So it is the sound of a siren which Hollywood has used for decades, and indeed have trained the audience to associate with death-defying aerial maneuvers.
We're always on the alert for new sounds, and it's a 1942 gas air raid alert siren. It's disgusting. We collected a bunch of mechanical sirens, and that one was a real star. We took it and recorded it down in the parking garage so it really would echo. Now, we used this for the speeders diving in the speeder chase.
Now are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yes, the Roman army. No, not because they had an air force, though that would be a strange turn-up for the books, but rather their use of sound in a similar form of psychological warfare. Specifically, the Draconarius was associated with the Roman cavalry, a combination of a unit standard and a windsock, with a fearsome bronze head and a body made of cloth. The rider would bear this aloft as they galloped forth, causing the dragon to ride upon the wind. And it is believed that within the gaping mouth of the Draconarius was mounted a whistle to catch the wind and create a terrifying noise. Indeed, in 2016, archaeologists working at Burns Walk Hill in southwestern Scotland discovered a Roman terror weapon 1,800 years ago. Whistling sling projectiles screamed through the air, arching above the battlefield. Naturally, others have used similar projectiles through history. Whistling arrows come to mind. But the principle remains of the psychological impact of the scream. So you see, that sound which evokes death from above exists for a reason. My only question is Why are they called sirens? After all, the siren's song was supposed to be tempting and melodious. Surely a banshee would be more apt a description. Nevertheless, that is a topic for another day. For now, you would do well to remember and reflect on the chilling power of screams.